So it's your least favorite cross today because it's an uneven day. So on my least favorite cross, I really have to lean forward and get that buttock flesh and the backs of the thighs nearest the buttocks to spread out. And then that's a little better, but I still need help. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a little challenge is, can you, the whole class actually, and I'll try to remind you, but can we be aware of our back body a little bit more in today's class? Okay, so that's one challenge. First challenge here in Swastikasana is to feel these outer hip sockets grip. And I think I mentioned it maybe at the Friday class where maybe not all of you were here, but Lois Steinberg, a very, very senior teacher, she says she gets flack a lot for saying grip, but there really is sort of a grip from this outer thigh area. Now you're seated, so it's a little bit hard to feel, but there's an inward action, an action that moves these outer hip sockets in toward the hips themselves, towards the socket, and outer skin towards the socket, and keeps them firm. Okay, so that's one thing I want you to be aware of. And then the first thing I already mentioned is to be, more aware of your back body. So just for a moment, let's assume you've done this, right? And you've rolled the shoulders back and you've done all the things that you normally do to get the spine long and tall. Take your hands and put them at the base of those bottom floating ribs, right? And now imagine that your hands can and could help you, and you could see the pattern. That's why I wore this shirt that had a bunch of patterns on it, that you could see my trunk getting taller. Can you see that? If I don't do it, it's not just the shirt. I feel my skin. I feel my skin going up. Okay. Now the firmness here is still in the hip socket. And the grip is still in the hip socket. So you've done that. Now see that the abdomen is soft, not involved. Okay, and then place your hands at your heart. Look straight ahead, even just a tad bit above eye level, because what tends to happen is our head droops when we're seated for a while. So when you close your eyes, can you be acutely aware of your back body? And on each breath, feel those back ribs where you had your hands, feel them move outward and upward. Can you feel that? Be there, be with your back body. Doesn't have to be a longer, deeper breath, but it might become that, which is good. Absolutely let those elbows drop. Absolutely let the collarbones spread. And the face be soft, the throat be soft. Still your awareness in the back body. Feel the breath in your back, particularly in your back ribs. And either choose to join me or silently repeat the ohms. Now, if you did your ohms, just take a moment to observe that the vibrations, the movements that's left there. And see this, observe the state of your mind. Wow, your head's down. Really should be. Slowly lift the head up. So I'm going to come closer. I don't think you actually need to, but we're going to do some emphasis on some standing poses, and I'm going to emphasize something with your ankles. So here's my foot. Here's the ankle bone. So you see that ankle bone right here. There is, if I bifurcate it, if I cut it in half, the front of the ankle bone is got to go forward. The back of the ankle bone is going to go backwards. Okay, so when I say that, your inner ankle bone, take the front of it forward. I'm probably going to emphasize the action on the back of the ankle bone more, because it has a lot to do with the stability of your heel. So if I am talking so much and I don't say so much about the inner kind of moves on its own, but it's this back of the inner ankle bone has to go back. All right, so let's remember that. And then also the your mind is I'm gonna ask you to be more aware of your back body. So stand up in Tadasana in the center of your mat. Have a brick nearby if you need it for Utthita Trikonasana or Ardha Chandrasana. You can place those two bricks on either side of your sticky mat. I'm also going to do something a little different today, in that we will be going to your left today. The first side will be going to your left. All right. So join the feet. Now that inner ankle, it's subtle. I know it's might be hard for you to find, but can you feel the energy of the front part of that ankle bone going towards the big toe, and the back side of the inner ankle bone going towards the back of the heel? Okay, now last week I emphasized not so much the tailbone coming forward, but just lifting the bottom of the pubic plate up. Still, the thighs have got to go back, and the thighs are firm, hips are coming into the sockets, all those things. Stretch your arms down, be in Tadasana. Okay, still aware of that inner ankle plate, inner ankle bone, especially the back half of it. Take it back. And then feel that whole circumference of your heel. Stand up taller and taller. Okay, so that's maybe your best Tadasana that you can do. Okay, now we did this. Bring your hands. So I've got like cup leg shape with the index finger and the thumbs. I'm going to put my hands where I did in Swastikasana. And now you can see my shirt go up. So I lift up. I'm taking my rib cage off my pelvis. I want my pelvis to lift up too, though. So the tailbone still has to go forward, and the front of the pubic plate up, lift up. Okay, now you keep that. Bring the hands out in front of you. Turn the palms. Turn the whole of the upper arm and take the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Can you feel the whole trunk lifting up off your legs? Reach up, grow taller. Lock your elbows, absolutely firm in the elbows, and lift your rib cage. Feel the connection between your pelvis, your rib cage, and your shoulder blades. And it's all going up. Your pelvis, your rib cage, and your shoulder blades are all going up. Okay, good. Exhale, bring the arms down. Looks like it will be a small class today. Okay, Jumper step. Don't do anything with your your right heel. Your right heel is going to stay right where it is. If you have to move your right toes in a little bit, you may do that, but the heel stays there. Take the inner back half of your ankle bone back. Take the front half of it towards the big toe and stamp down there. Now turn your left leg out completely. Turn it out, and place it down. Now, same thing on the front leg. The back half of your inner heel goes back. The front half goes forward towards the big toe. Okay, lock that right elbow. Keep your right elbow very, very firm. Exhale. Extend over Utthita Trikonasana. Your two shoulders should line up with one another. Really, really lock that top elbow. And once again, have that connection. Pelvis, pelvis, rib cage, shoulder blades, all going to the left. Good. Head back. Inhale and stand up. Turn the feet back to center. Okay, now you're keeping your left heel where it is. You can turn your toes in. Turn the right leg out completely. Okay, find that place on your inner heel, both on the back leg and on the front leg. The back half of your inner heel goes back towards the heel. The front half goes towards the big toe. Inhale, exhale, extend. You've turned that leg out and you're embedding that right thigh firmly to its bones, muscles to bone. And I haven't said too much about the back body yet, but can you feel your back body spreading? Right, take that arm, that top arm up more. Up, up, up. Reach it up. Yes, good. And the bottom top of your shoulder should stay in its socket. Upper arm in its socket. All right, inhale and come up. Jumper step the feet back together. Tadasana. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the bottom of the pubic plate up. Firm the knees. Firm the elbows. Urdhva Hastasana, go up. Go up with those arms. Palms face one another. Hopefully the arms are behind your ears. Strong, strong legs. Remember that place of the inner ankles. Reach up the whole trunk. Find that connection. Back body, back ribs, pelvis, ribs, shoulder blades. And then exhale and come down. All right, so now we're going to repeat. I'm going to move this a little bit to the side. We're going to repeat Utthita Trikonasana. To do Utthita Parshvakonasana, can you go maybe 1 to 3 inches wider in your Utthita Parshvakonasana? Okay, jumper step. So I'm going a little wider. Press the feet. Remember the inner ankle, front half going towards the big toe, the back side going towards the heel. Okay, don't do anything with your right heel. It has to stay there. You can turn your toes, but not your heel. Then turn that left leg out completely. But keep your right elbow absolutely firm. Exhale. Oops, bend over into Utthita Trikonasana.
Okay, now slowly start to bend the right knee. Place the index finger and the thumb firmly next to that left foot. Bend and go down. Bend and go down. Don't give up anything on the back leg. Head back, Mike. Head back. Now turn that top arm and reach the arm. The arm should not be in front of your temple. Arm back. Look up. Lateral angle pose. Dig your left buttock under you more. Marry your outer knee to your hand that's on the floor, to your inner arm that's on the floor. Inhale, come up, and turn back to center. That was good, guys. I'm not finding a whole lot to correct on. So, Mike, do you have the awareness that your head is forward? Yeah. I remember when we worked a while ago on this, and I had you do I had you do something like this. So I think that work might be required again in your own practice. So I digress. Sorry about that. But it was important. All right, so now we're going to the second side from a wider Utthita Trikonasana. Knees tight, knees firm, elbows firm. Don't change your left heel, but just your left toes can turn in. Turn your right leg out. Turn your right leg out and move that right buttock under you more. Exhale, go down into Utthita Trikonasana. Head back, trunk back. Fill out your back body. Can you, actually come back up. Come back up. Can you go over into the pose from your back body? Don't even think about your front body. Go with your back body over into the pose. Lock that top elbow. Okay, now slowly start to bend the knee to form that right angle. Keep that left thigh back. Thumb and index finger firmly pressing on the floor. Turn that top hand and take it over. Should be behind your ear. Behind your ear. Look up behind, to that top hand. Press that back leg back. Push the arm into the bent knee. Groin to knee. Outer thigh to buttock. And now inhale, come up into Utthita Trikonasana. Now you have a better Utthita Trikonasana because of that Utthita Parshvakonasana. That was my point. I forgot to say it on the first side. And then inhale and stand up. Turn the feet back to center. Jump or stop. I'm going to turn sideways. You don't have to. Feet apart, at least hip width. My thumbs are pulling my buttocks down. It's just Uttanasana, but you're going to do the concave first with the hands on hips. I'm strongly pulling my hamstrings up to my buttock crease. I exhale, halfway, and then my fingertips come right there underneath my shoulders, and I keep going forward. Spread the back body. Okay, do not pull your abdomen close to your legs, but if you are able, you walk your hands in closer and then take the trunk down. So I'm not, if you want to watch, I'm not doing this. I'm not pulling my ribs and my abdomen close in. I've gotten as long as I can. Abdomen stays soft and the trunk head goes down. How about that? I'll really, in this pose, I'm really just going to emphasize the back half of the inner ankle. Move it back. Big toes down. Okay, hands on the hips. Inhale, come up to the concave, and then use the strength of your legs to come up. All right. Virabhadasana 2. Jumper step. Keep your right heel where it is. You can turn your toes in, and then turn out that right leg. Don't turn your trunk. Keep the right elbow absolutely firm and feel that connection from your pelvis to your shoulder rib cage to shoulder blades. Feel that connection, the whole pelvis lifting up. Inhale, and then on an exhalation, bend the left knee to a right angle. Someone's pulling you back to the right. Lift up that left side of the trunk, move your buttock in under you more. Then look over your left hand. Yeah, nice. Pubic plate up. Rib cage, find that connection from the pelvis to the ribs to the shoulder blades. Yeah, don't list though, Mike. Now you're staying in the pose for a bit and you're starting to list. Yes, there you go, good. All right, stamp down on that inner foot and come back up. And just bring the feet back to parallel. Hands down, arms down. Have a rest there. That's good. Okay, extend the arms. Tighten your elbows. Find that connection from your pelvis up to your rib cage. From your rib cage up to your shoulder blades. Shoulders down. Turn your left toe slightly in. Turn your right leg completely out. Stamp down and find that inner back of your right heel. It has to go in this direction. Towards the other foot. Inhale, and then on your exhalation, bend and form a square. I'm watching you, seeing how much I need to work. Pull the shoulders down. Find that connection from the pelvis to the rib cage to the shoulder blades. If you make your arms do all the work, you won't be able to keep extending your arms in that way. But you make your whole trunk work for the benefit of the arms. Don't let your back arm droop, Mike. Back arm is drooping. Yeah, shoulder down, but arms straight, yeah. Okay, and then inhale and come back up. All right, let's do our first Adho Mukha Svanasana. So just come down, jumper step the feet back together, and then just come down onto the floor. This is how I'd like for you to consider taking it. Marcia, you just be careful with your wrists, but hopefully you can see, well, if I do it on this mat, you might be able to see a little bit better. So I put my index finger and my thumb so firmly on the mat that I feel like I could do downward dog this way. Can you see? But I don't want you to do it that way. I'm pressing down so firmly and I'm kind of spinning. There's a slight circular motion of the palm from the outside to the inside. It's hard to show, but it looks maybe. Can you see what so I'm doing that and I'm turning my upper arms. Then I plant the rest of the palm down and I push back. I'm going to go back this way now. Plant the rest of the palm down, push back, knees back just a little bit further than the hips. Tuck your toes, lock your elbows, and lift up. Come up high on your tippy toes. Lift those hips. Tighten the knees. Press on that index finger and thumb. Resist with the forearm. The upper arms are rolling out, but the forearm has to resist slightly inward. Don't be in a hurry to take the heels down, Mike, because I don't see a lot of length in your upper back. Sorry, lower back. Move your ribs. Yeah, your rib cage, where we first took our hands in swastikasana, move that up towards your tailbone. Yeah, push, push. That's better. Now keep that, your hips shouldn't descend. Press the tops of the thighs back more. I think I've told some of you, it took me like 7 or 8 years to get my heels on the floor. And it's not even, you don't get a reward. Especially if your lower back does not lengthen. You invite pain. Okay. Step or jump up. Be in Uttanasana concave with the hands out in front of the feet. Kneecaps firm. Think of that inner ankle area. Pull the back of it back and the front of it forward. And now exhale and go down. It's okay to pull your head in a little closer to your shins, but don't pull your abdomen in. And Marissa, you're staying concave. Yeah. Now, Marcia, that is, from the first one you did, that's a very, very much improved Uttanasana. Okay. All right. Inhale and stand up. Bring your feet together for Tadasana. We're going to work on Virabhadrasana 1, but I want to get the arms first. So, okay. Put your mind back into your feet for a moment and find that inner ankle area. Can you move the back half of it back? The front half of it forward towards the big toes. Can you lift the bottom of the pubic plate up? Can you make your legs firm? All the things you know to be true of Tadasana. Okay, now just bring your arms out in front of you. Turn your entire arms out so very much. So now my palms are facing the ceiling. Now when we go up, I want you to feel, so I've been trying to say, this connection from the pelvis to the rib cage to the shoulder girdle. So I want you to feel that all this going up as you go up. So I'll go sideways to show you. So I'm here and I'm going to take all that with me when I take my arms up. And you see my biceps are right outside behind my ears. And I'm lifting the whole trunk. It feels great if you've never had a teacher do it when we get back into the studio to ask me to do it. And I'll come around from behind and literally just lift your whole trunk up. Arms back. Okay, now can you keep that and take the legs apart? Don't jump for Virabhadrasana 1. Okay. Now you have to turn. I probably should have explained this first, but you have to turn the back leg. So we're going to the left. So you'll turn your your left leg in a lot, right? You're going this way, yeah. You'll turn your right leg in a lot and you turn your trunk to face over that leg. Lift up, press down. So that inner ankle is very important here. Go up, not forward. Go up, not forward. Turn the back of the leg from inside out and turn your waist. Turn the abdomen. Turn the waist, turn the abdomen. Now exhale and bend the left leg. Keep the arms up, keep the elbows locked. Bend the left leg, bend the left leg. Go down into your square. Don't look down, Mike. Chin up just a little bit and arms back. Straighten the back leg. Reach up. Back leg more, Marissa. Firm the back leg. Front thigh to back thigh. Back heel down. Big toe of the front leg down. All right, and then inhale, come back up. And just rest with the arms down at your sides or at your hips. How did that go? It's a little bit harder way to come into the pose, but it makes the arms be in the right position from the get-go, right? Okay, reach the arms up. Turn, 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 and go up. Lift your entire trunk up. Feel the connection from your pelvis to your rib cage to your shoulder blades. And now turn. Your left toes in, your right leg out. Turn the abdomen from the left side to the right side. Inner ankles pressing. And now exhale, bend into a square. Turn and bend. Turn and bend. Arms back, Mike. Yeah. Very important for you to be firm on those feet so that the sciatic muscle, sciatica nerve doesn't take the hit. Don't look down. Reach up. So your trunk is lifting up off your legs. Okay. And now inhale and come up. So just come a little closer to the screen, and I just want to see, do you get this connection from the pelvis to the back ribs to the shoulder blades? Do you get it? Is it helpful? Is it helpful? Mike, do you get it? Okay. All right. All right. So we'll move on. All right. So Ardha Chandrasana, we'll be going to the left first. You guys, you take whatever extra props you know you need, right? If you have a hard time balancing, you take the wall or you take a chair. But I'd rather you try a brick if you can't touch the floor, if it's hard for you to reach the floor. The emphasis has to be on the index finger and the thumb pressing down. So here's, if I can see. Let me see. There's my floor. A little bit more of my floor. Nope. The emphasis will be like that. So it's, see the thumb and the index finger, oops, like that. So the rest of the palm is up, the thumb and the index finger on the floor. All right, I'll try to remember to say all this. All right, Tadasana in the center of your mat. Tadasana in the center of your mat. Find that connection already, you know, pelvis, rib cage to shoulder blades. Bring the hands up, jumper step. Turn the feet to the left. And you need to be a little wider, like you were for Utthita Parshva. Exhale, be in Utthita Trikonasana. Okay, now you bend the left knee and reach your left hand, 10 or 12 inches away from you after you've stepped up with that back foot. So my toes are still on the floor. I press the index finger and the thumb down, and then reach that leg up. Okay, that inner ankle on the standing leg is very important. Move it back from the back side, move it forward from the front side. Your arms should stack one on top of the other. Your hips should stack one on top of the other. Reach that arm up and feel that connection from the pelvis to the rib cage, and then from rib cage to shoulder blades, and turn. So the whole trunk faces forward, the whole back body faces backward. Any more? You can lift that foot up just a little bit more, Marcia. It's a nice pose. Press just the thumb and the index finger. Draw your bottom shoulder away from your head, Mike. All right, and now come down. Be in Utthita Trikonasana, and then you can inhale and come up. Sorry, that was a little long. I was trying to correct everything. Just stand with your feet apart. Extend the arms. Okay, turn to your right. Might be your more favorite side, more stronger side. Be in Utthita Trikonasana. So right here, Mike, if you can see your camera at all, if you can see that little thumbnail of you, your arms should be in line with your shoulders, both arms. Okay, now I bend, and I don't let the back leg bend, but I step up and I just stay on my big toe, and then I reach that hand forward, thumb and index finger down, and then I come up, straighten that back leg. Turn the trunk to face your camera. Turn the back body to face the wall behind you. Stamp that inner foot down, especially the back of the heel. Only turn your head if it doesn't cause you to be unbalanced. Nice. Good. You don't have to move your head up, but you just move your chin a little bit away from your chest. Okay, and now bend the front knee, reach the leg back for Utthita Trikonasana, and in maybe, hopefully, an improved Utthita Trikonasana. Yeah, use the wall if you have it there, Mike, and now head back, head back. Huh, that's better, that's better. But do you see your hands are still, so walk your bottom hand 2 inches forward. Bottom hand, Mike, yes. Now press that, just the index finger and the thumb down. Don't let your head bend like that. Keep your head in line with the center of your chest. Okay, and now bend the front knee, reach that back leg back. Trikonasana, and then inhale and stand up. All right, let's do another Uttanasana with the feet apart. Hands on the hips. Inhale, exhale. Go forward with the trunk. So you're always making a good concave Uttanasana first, shoulders down, and then walk the hands back and let the head and neck go down. You could, Marissa, put your hands on the chair if that gives you more space in the abdomen. Just don't want you to crowd that area. Are you letting your head go down, Mike? The sides of your neck, release. Yeah, you still have to pull up the hamstring to the buttock crease. Knees firm. All right. Inhale, come up. We're going to try that again. And this time, let's see. We're going to turn the palm out. So you know, I had you do, so this is my floor. I had you do it with the hand like this, right? So now we're going to turn the palm out to 90 degrees. Let's see how that goes. From Tadasana. It's Ardha Chandrasana again with the palm. What that does, so you guys are getting good, that connection between the pelvis and the rib cage and the shoulders. So what I see that is lacking is the openness in this bottom chest area. So we'll turn that palm out and hopefully get that chest open more. Jumper step. Turn to your left. Take Utthita Trikonasana. You can't fix the hand yet, right? Because you've got to move. Trunk back. Try to make your back, let's see, back right ribs face the wall behind you, right? Instead of so much the ceiling. Can you feel that, Mike? Face these ribs here. They're closest to the ceiling. Make them turn, rib cage turning. So it's facing the wall behind you. Okay, now you're bending and you're stepping up. Now go ahead and turn that palm. You can still be up on your brick. Turn that palm out 90 degrees. Plant that hand. Plant that hand. And now extend that bottom left side of your trunk towards the left side. And then take that top arm up. Let's see, I'm coming off the screen a bit. So you plant the heel of the hand. This is good, Marcia, for the space in the wrist. Head back, chin away from the chest. Palm turned out. Palm turned out. You got to get the palm flat, Mike. So if you don't have a brick, you might be in trouble. Yeah, but you see your trunk is going down. I don't want your trunk to go down so much. I want it to go leftward. That's better. Yeah. Now, can you line up your two arms? Bring that top arm up, up, up. Move it towards your wall that's closest to your head, your top arm. Move it towards your wall. Not that wall, the other wall. There you go. Move the bottom hand a couple inches further away. Yes, there you go. There you go. See how that feels. Then come down. So did you get anything, thumb up or down from that action of the palm? Did it help? Yeah. Yeah, I think, Mike, you might be better off, you know, even just a small brick. Small brick. So the palm would be here, and you're turning the palm out like this time, right? I'll even use it. Jumper step the feet apart. Extend the arms. Find that connection from your pelvis to your rib cage to your shoulder blades. Keep that connection. Feel your back body spread. And now turn to your right. Utthita Trikonasana. See right here, Mike, do you see my arms are lined up? When you're in the pose, it's something like that. So I had you move the top arm, you know, forward or more to you're going to the right this time. Okay, now you bend the knee, find your brick, turn your palm out. You may have to move your brick forward a little bit, and then take that leg up. Now, push into that wrist, heel of the hand, and move the underside. That will be your right armpit, right side of your chest, forward towards your head side. Don't shorten your neck. Reach that leg up. So your arms should be stacked on top of one another, your hips should be stacked on top of one another, your rib cage stacked on top of one another. Firm the knees. Even the top leg, inner ankle can do that action. So the back half goes towards the heel, the front half goes to the big toe. Bend your knee. Utthita Trikonasana. Can you find a better Utthita Trikonasana? And inhale, stand up. Jump or stop. Feet together. Okay, now I'll give you a real proper rest. Because now we're going to do Parivritta Trikonasana. So be in Adho Mukha Virasana. Let you have a little bit of a break there. Go as wide as you need to go to make space for the trunk. Go forward. At first, be it like cupped. I'm cupping my fingers, I'm lifting my elbows, and that helps me move my dorsal spine in, and my chest is on the floor. Then I can put the hands flat without losing the elbows. Keep the elbows lifted, keep the upper arms turning. Go to a place where your breath becomes softer, quieter. And now slowly inhale, lift yourself up. Come up. Tadasana. Find that connection again. From the pelvis to the rib cage to the shoulder blades. Lift up. Broaden across those collarbones. Stretch your fingers down. Lift your chest up. Okay. Jumper step. The feet apart. Turn to your left. Let's do it with the hands on the hips first. So I'm turning to the left. Okay. If it didn't happen for you and you need more encouragement, use your hand. So on that right thigh, you're turning the back of the right thigh. Show this way. From inside out, this way. And then this is firm. The bottom of the buttock has to be firm. The top of the buttock, this area should be soft. And it stays down. How are we doing? Chin up a little, Mike. Don't look down. I think for you, Mike, always you just have to, because your tendency is to look down. So you have to tell you, I don't want you to look up at the ceiling, but you have to tell yourself to look a little bit beyond eye level. Okay, now, the abdomen has got to turn. The legs are set, they don't turn anymore, they are firm. Have your mind on that ankle area. So the back foot, that back of the ankle from the inner ankle goes back. The front of it goes forward towards the big toe. Same on the front foot. Okay, and now take your right arm up. Exhale. Turn your waist. Keep your left hand on your sacrum. Turn your waist. Bring the hand on the inside of the foot first. So your hand is flat. Your sacrum should be flat to the ceiling. Okay. Now, if all that's going well, you may put your hand on the outside and push your forearm bone into your outer shin. So bring that left outer shin bone in. Turn your waist more. If all that's going well, then the arm goes up. Head away, chin away from the chest. Only look up if you can keep that space. So what did I say it wrong? So Mike's going to the left. All right, so Mike, your right hand goes on the inside of your left foot. Yeah, and now the left hand goes on your sacrum. Turn your waist, turn your waist. Yeah, look at the wall behind you. Yes, look at that wall. Yeah, now lengthen your spine. Roll that top shoulder back, roll that elbow back. Yes. Okay, and now inhale and come up. Turn the feet back to center. Wait there a moment. And now turn your legs to your right. Turn, turn, turn. Okay, so true. The back leg has to turn. We've already discussed that. The abdomen has to turn. We've discussed that in the first try. So the bottom of the buttock area is firm and pulling in. The top of the sacrum is soft. If you put your hands here and you feel just hard as rock, it's not going to go well. This is firm. This is soft. Turn to your right. Okay, and now reach you're doing the opposite side. So Mike, you just do the opposite side that I say. Mike is taking his left arm up. Everybody else is taking their right arm up. So as I go over, I'm turning the waist more. Turn my waist more. First, I just go to the inner foot. Then I say, if all that's going well, can I move the hand, jump it over to the outer foot, brace the forearm against the outer shin, and turn. Top hand is on the sacrum. Turn, turn, turn. Turn the abdomen. Bring out that abdomen. Chin away from the chest. Can't see you what I'm doing. So Mike, same thing. You're doing the opposite. Yes, yeah. That hand on the sacrum. Turn the abdomen. Turn the rib cage. Turn your ribs and draw that top elbow back. Yeah. Nice, Marcia. Press that back of the heel towards the floor. All right, and now inhale and come up. Stand in Tadasana. Okay, we're going to do Parshvottanasana, but we're just going to do it with Baddha Mani, with the holding the wrists. So let's see, show you from behind. If your left leg is forward, which it will be first, your right hand goes on your sacrum and holds the left wrist, something like this. So can you see how quite bent my elbows are? And my shoulders are drawn back. So that's how you're holding. So when I turn around, you don't see that. All right, so already you have a hold of your right hand is holding your left wrist. Take your legs apart. Find that connection once again, from pelvis to rib cage to shoulder blades. And now turn to your left. Now the back of your right hand should feel that right buttock moving out to the side, from inside of the Great Divide to the outside of the Great Divide. You should feel it turn, but keep the back thigh firm. Keep the front of the thigh of the back leg pressing to the back of the thigh. On the front leg, same idea. All the muscle, skin, bone of the front thigh have to go into the back of the bone. Okay, inhale, look up.
Exhale, concave Parshvottanasana. Keep looking forward, Mike. This is really good for you to learn that action of extending the chin forward, keeping the shoulders back. Now, I'm already on my thigh. It doesn't matter, that's not the idea. The idea is to go forward with the trunk. But if you're there, then your head just goes down onto your shin. That right side of the abdomen that is more open, take it forward. Doesn't matter if you can't put your head down. All right, now pull on those arms, press on those feet, pull up on those thighs, and inhale and stand up. Just stretch your arms at your side for at your side like this. You don't have to bring your legs back together. If you already have, that's okay. Okay, you're going to the right. So now the left hand holds the right wrist. Just make sure it's the opposite. The back leg, so I'm going the opposite. Your same hand is holding, it is closest to the back leg, right? So your left hand, your back leg is your left leg, so your hand should be closer to the left leg. Turn, turn, turn. Press that back thigh back. Inhale, go up with the trunk. Find that pelvis, rib cage, shoulder blade connection again. Spread the back body. Exhale, come forward. How about pressing on that front ankle? Inner ankle, the back side of it goes back. The front side of it goes towards the big toe. If the head goes down, fine. If it doesn't, fine. Pull on the arms. Good. Okay, steady the feet, mind in your feet, mind in the legs. Inhale and pull yourself up. And then back to Tadasana. Find that first Tadasana. Find the space that we talked about in the inner ankles. Connection between the pelvis, the rib cage, and the shoulder blades. Take that all up, roll the shoulders back. Okay, jump or step the feet apart for Prasarita Padottanasana. Just bring your hands to your hips. If you don't feel it, you get your hands on the backs of the thighs and absolutely spread the backs of the thighs inside to out. Be firm on the legs. Pull the like we did in Swastikasana. The first thing we did is you have some awareness of this grip at the hip socket. Okay, so same thing. The bottom of the buttock area is firm. This top part is soft. Inhale, lengthen upwards. Exhale, fold in half there. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Press firmly on the index finger and the thumb. Shoulders back, chest
side ribs forward. Legs firm, kneecaps firm, outer feet firm, and inner ankle. Again, awareness there, the inner ankle has to, back half has to go back, the front has to go forward, but they both have to press down. So that entire shape of your heel is pressing down. Okay, now walk your hands to be in line to your feet, and then exhale and place the head down. Press your hands down, lift your shoulders away from your head and neck. Let the sides of your neck go down. Elbows in. And sides of the neck released. Let the back ribs spread. Can you feel your back ribs when you breathe? Put some emphasis on the exhalation and find your back ribs. Elbows in a bit, Mike. Elbows in. Yeah. It's like you're pulling yourself through your legs. Stay long enough to let the psychological effects of the pose come. There are many. Okay, now I'm going to turn sideways to show you how I'd like for you to come up. But see, my hands are here. They're going to stay here. I'm going to come up to the concave here. Now, the very back edge of the heel of my hand might come up, but I keep pressing it down. Marcia, this is good for the wrists. It's not, you're not bearing weight, right? So it's pressing down. You're lengthening the arms upward, pressing the heel of the hand down. Mine don't stay down. So I'm here. There's a lot of ways to come out. This is, well, you can't see all of me, but my hands are still back where they were. And then you come up from there. So it looks like this. Come up from here. I bring the hands up and I stand up. Okay. All right, so who's doing regular Shirshasana? I know, do you want to do it, Marcia, with your device? Yes, okay. And Marissa, are you doing any of that still? Yeah, you are. Okay. So Mike, what have you been doing when we've done Shirshasana? Headstand, head bounce. Have you been trying it? Okay, so you and I will do it together ever so briefly. And Marissa and Marcia, can you guys think of that pelvic, rib cage, shoulder blade connection, how all that has to go up in unison? And then even here, you can think about that inner heel, inner ankle area, right? So the back of it would go back. The front of it would go to the big toe, and you can pull the outer foot, the little toe side of the foot down towards the floor a little bit. So Mike, let's just see how this goes. You're at your wall. Put a blanket down. So for those of you who don't, if you want to do, let's see, you could do, Supta Virasana if you don't want to do either one of the things that, we're doing, either, headstand or headstand prep. We'll see how Mike goes. So I'm gonna come close to the wall, interlace my palms, put my hands at the back of my head, and now put my head down, and my knuckles are touching the wall. And I tuck my head, and I'm pressing my forearms down, lifting my shoulders up. So this part is all you have to do, Mike, if all this is going well, and then you walk your feet up and you're just on 2 tippy toes. Pull the abdomen back and walk up. So instead of your shoulders coming close to the wall, move your shoulders in and away from the wall and let your hips go closer to the wall. Hips closer to the wall, shoulder blades away from the wall. Dig your shoulder blades deeper towards your chest. Shoulder blades away from the wall. Yeah, your elbows look a little forward. And then Marissa and Marcia, you think about that connection between the pelvis, the rib cage, and the shoulder blades. Take that all up and then find that inner ankle area and work on that. The back of it goes towards the end of the foot, and the front of the ankle goes towards the ball. All right, so don't walk up any more than that, Mike. And now move your shoulder blades towards your feet. Back to front. Yes, keep doing that. That's what you need to work on. Yeah, shoulder blades. Wait, there should be no weight on your head. Move your shoulder blades deeper into you. And now just keep your feet where they are and come up onto your tippy toes. Mike, yes, shoulder blades in. Ah, that's better. All right, Marissa, you can get ready for Janu Shirshasana. And Marcia, come down whenever you're ready. Sit up on height as you require for Janu Shirshasana. Take this a little lower. There we go. So you'll be going to the left first. So from your Dandasana, pull the hamstrings back to the buttock flesh, and where the buttock flesh meets your where your thigh flesh meets your buttock bones, spread. From your Dandasana. And then you're bringing your right leg up, so your left leg up. And then you just let it fall out to the side. Take your hands underneath and spin that calf, spin that ankle. So the first thing you're doing, I just want you to use the left hand on that left knee and turn your trunk from left to right. So you're trying to line up more of the left side of your navel right in line to that straight leg. Be tall there. Okay, now we're starting to come forward, but I want you to reach the hand on the outside of the leg and see, if you can't, you need a strap. Can you grab the outer foot? If that's too much, you just reach with a strap, Marissa. So the right hand
is helping you turn the abdomen. Now, like we did in, like I said, in Parshvottanasana, this open side has a lot of freedom, right? This side of the pelvis is more open. It's actually though, both sides have to come forward. Both sides of your back ribs have to come forward, forward, forward. So I'm bending that elbow and I'm turning the trunk, almost like Gita towards the end of her years, she called this Parshva Janu Shirshasana. Parshva Janu Shirshasana. Keep turning, I keep turning, I keep turning. And once I'm fairly down, then I switch the hand to the inside of the foot, the other hand to the outside of the foot. I bend the elbows. Now it's about those back ribs and that back body spreading, but those back ribs have to come forward. Back ribs forward, pelvis forward, shoulder blades forward, and head down. You can have support for your head as needed. Be quiet there. So, you know, approach this sort of like the way I asked you to be, you know, come in when we worked on Untitled Chapter, especially I said, you know, come over from your back body. So the abdomen is soft and quiet. Those back ribs come forward. Then the elbows out to the side and head down. Okay, when coming up, see what improved in the length of your trunk. Come up into the concave from here. And then reach the arms up. And release. Bring that leg back. And Dandasana. Bring the right leg up. Take it out to the side. Use your hands to help turn your shin, spin that calf. And then just turn from that right side to the left side. Bring the hand outside the opposite thigh and be upright. Find your back ribs. Find your pelvis, then find your back ribs and go up. Now I'm sliding to grab. So this gives me some leverage to take the back ribs forward. Back ribs forward. And front of the trunk up. Turn, turn, turn. This helps a lot. I'm using the hand on the floor to help me turn more and more. You do, you know, as beginners, we do have to have some mindfulness on this bent knee. It should press away. If you look at Gurji in his Janu Shirshasana in Light on Yoga, it is like this leg is doing Shavasana. There's really no tone to it. He doesn't have to work it anymore because he worked so hard to get it there. It's just absolutely soft. But we as beginners, we may have to press it away. Okay, now we've turned. And then I'm starting to, now I've come forward as much as I can. I've lengthened the back ribs forward. Then I come forward some more, and then maybe I can change the hands. Get the head down. And still continue to extend your right side of your trunk. It's coming from a further distance away. And then the elbows out to the side and head down. be in the pose and discover its magic, its secrets that lie within when you stay a little while. The forward bends have a lot of things to reveal. Inhale, come up to the concave with the hand still holding onto the foot. And then inhale, reach up and release. So the same thing can be done in our Paschimottanasana. I would recommend taking some support for the head. And Marissa, if you're doing, are you doing it with really wide legs? Something like that. Wide legs and then maybe a bolster. So here's the idea. Remember this thing that we did way back in Swastikasana at the very beginning of class. These ribs and this pelvis has to go forward. What do they have to do first before they can go forward? They have to go up. So we're doing that, right? We're lifting up. It's like I'm coming onto the fronts of my sitting bones here. So I'm lifting up almost like I'm off the floor, and I'm lifting the back body up with awareness. I go up. Now I'm going to grab the toe tips and see if I can come forward with this back rib area. Forward with the back ribs. Can you see that? Forward with the back ribs. And then elbows out to the side and head down. The abdomen really isn't involved. It's soft, it's relaxed. It's like you're draping over your legs. Letting that back body spread. Feel your breath as you breathe in Paschimottanasana. Can you feel your breath in your back ribs? I want you to feel your breath in your back ribs. You may have to breathe a little deeper to do that, but can you bring your awareness to that back rib area? A little bit, I could feel the abdomen retreating back more inside when I thought about my back ribs. That's a good thing. Okay, when you come up in the concave and move those back ribs forward, shoulders down, look up. And then release. All right, we're already out of time, but we did Shirshasana. So what we could do, you have a bolster and a couple of blankets and a strap. Let's do a Setu Bandha as our Shavasana. So I'll show you. Bolster. About, I'm going to take 2 of my Pune blankets. You could take whatever blankets you've got. And basically the idea is to roll up your blankets to be almost the thickness of another bolster. Why, if you have 2 bolsters, it's fine. But why I don't like to use the bolster is because it's too cushy.
So can you see that? And it's just a little bit lower than my bolster. All right, I sit on the bolster, I take the strap between my 2 feet. My heels are gonna be on the floor and my legs are gonna be wider than my hips. About like that. And hold the edges of the sticky mat, tuck and roll. And then I slide, don't take the shoulder blade blanket. This is for your shoulder blades. So I come over and I keep that blanket roll right underneath my shoulder blades. And then I stretch the legs out. If you need a piece of mic and actually me as well, it would be really nice if I had remembered this, to take a little bit, and Marcia too, maybe, take a little bit of a blanket for your neck. So I'm just gonna put a little roll there. There we go. So it's Setu Bandha with a bolster and a blanket roll for the shoulder blades. Arms can either be like goalposts with the elbows bent, or more like Shavasana. Your feet are legs are just out along the sides of the bolster. My knees find the inside edge of the bolster. Let's see how you're doing. It's so wonderful, I didn't want to come out. Nice, everybody looks great. I would say, Mike, that your feet need to be a little wider. Make your strap, have your legs wider than your hips. Let your legs absolutely relax out into the strap. So not upavishta width, but definitely wider than your body. Yeah, that's worth the change. Okay, I'm going to share with you a quote that came up on Facebook the other day. Here's what Mr. Iyengar said, very much near the end of his life. I'm not sure what year it was, but it was near the end. He says, all these years, I practiced yoga to get maturity in my body and mind. Now I am practicing yoga after maturity. Then I was seeking, now I am seeing. Even if it is a small or petty mistake, it reflects on me at once. Being a raw student, you may not understand. As you go on practicing, one day this illuminative light also may dawn on you. For me, previously it was all crude, and now the subtle things surface. In the earlier days, I used to think, like you, that muscle is not working. That one is not working. Today, my cells speak to me. My mind speaks to me at once. I perceive the movement of energy, of my mind, of my intelligence. Not only do I observe, but I am with myself. I am there. This is concentration and meditation. A hunter hunts in the jungle. I hunt within myself. A searcher wanders in the wonderland. I wander within myself. So, after 80 years of practice, he thinks or perceived his practice as mature. So don't be so hard on yourself. Any little subtle thing that you can notice right now in your practice, just notice it, take it in. It's there for your improvement, for your maturity. After all, yoga is the culture of the self. That's why you're here, to get to know you better. Okay, now just the last minute or so, just go on observing yourself in this shape that is Setu Bandha, which Bhikkhu says in Light and Yoga, it's the greatest boon given to mankind, this pose. Be especially mindful of the spread and openness in the front body because of the back body being so supported. Of course, it opens your chest. But can you feel that spread along the back body? Hold nothing in your legs. Absolutely let go. The only holding on might be is if your lower back, starts to pain you, which means you might have to just bend your knees and support your knees against one another. Okay, I'll let you guys come up. So how you're going to come up is slide backwards. So you bend your knees and you just slide back until your buttocks are flat and no longer on either support. And then you can remove the strap from the feet. Slowly roll to your side. Wait there a couple breaths and then knees bent and come up. Sit up in whatever seated position you are comfortable in. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment to observe the state of your mind because of your practice, because of your hard work. Yoga does pay you back. With devotion, gratitude, and humility.